Well, hey there, it's Jen.
And Elka, welcome back to the Jen and Elka show. We love talking about Zazzle, and hopefully you love watching these videos to learn more and help yourself to become a successful Zazzle seller. And if you don't know what the heck Zazzle is, it's a print-on-demand company that has been our bread and butter for many, many years. And we teach our clients now how to create a Zazzle store, be successful. And a lot of our clients have actually quit their day jobs and they're now using Zazzle as full-time income, just like we did, and we still do. Today, we want to give you a little bit of a nudge, right? Because even this is free advice. And what we want to do, though, is give you a little bit of a qualifier as to how free advice could or maybe could hurt you or help you. And also who you're getting your free advice from. And you might be missing some things that are very important, and you don't want to do that because you're starting a business that could potentially give you income for years to come at even a six-figure level. And if you do it right. But if you don't and you're just listening to free advice, free isn't always the best, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, we are doing free videos on YouTube, and you might have been watched all of our videos, and you might get a lot of knowledge and advice out of them, but there's always more to learn than just everything that's free. So point number one is that free chips are general, but you need strategy. And this is a big one because as Elk and I think we mention in most of our videos, if it's on a specific topic, we really say, well, there's only so much that we can talk about within 10 minutes. Even sometimes our YouTube videos are 15 to 20 to 30 minutes long. And there's only so much tips that we can give you that are generalized. And we can't really go into the strategy or the details of things because every situation is different, right? Especially if you have a specific question regarding niche, regarding product type, regarding design. All of those things are very, very specific to you is in general, right? You deciding, okay, I want to make this particular design with this particular product. What are the particular titles and tags that I need? What are the particular, categories and collections that I need to put it in? All of those are very, very deep dive questions that unfortunately on a YouTube channel, we can't really give you the strategy for, right?
Yeah. And we've noticed that even when we give, like some people ask us general advice and we go like, okay, we qualify it and we say, okay, this generally does work, but it might not work in a very specific niche that's not, mainstream. But even what we've realized is some people come back to us after go like, you told us that this is how you do it for everything. And it's like, no. It's not true. It's actually we've been very fortunate that I've coached so many different people, and we've also had success on the Zazzle platform, even within each of our stores in all these different niches or niches. And each one actually needs to be treated differently. And then even two people can't get the same advice, even if they're selling in the same niche or niche, because they have different skill sets. They have different desires as to where they want to get their business to. They have different like abilities to do the work or the design skills themselves or their interests. And that's what made us so popular with having people come into our one-on-one coaching, because they get that specific advice and they get it tailored to their unique business model, even though it's been it's if you look at it, like both people are selling wedding invitations on Zazzle, but they're not really needing the same advice. And so you can't generally just get some advice that you watched on YouTube and think that you're going to be in a position to know it all and make it very clear and specific for your business. You'll be doing yourself a disservice, and you won't get nearly as far along, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that leads into our next point.
Yes, which is that you can't Google personalized feedback. AI and Google, all the things, they're becoming a lot more helpful for sure, but it's not personal and it's not personalized feedback. And so, how would it feel for you to have somebody to look at your work and actually say X, Y, and Z needs to be changed because this, and this needs to be fixed, all of those things, right? And you can't Google that, unfortunately, right? You can't Google those answers on Google. You can't search for it on YouTube. You can't send in, your homework and get it reviewed by the Google machine. So you have to understand that investing in yourself and getting coaching is where that aspect comes into, right? And why free advice doesn't always give you everything that you need, because you might learn a whole bunch of stuff from free advice by searching a YouTube video, by watching this video as well, by watching other YouTube videos that we've done. But then once you've implemented the things, you don't know if it's done properly or if you did it correctly or if you are still missing certain things. And so that's where personalized feedback is super important, because you have then somebody confirming that you've done it in the right way or in the most efficient way. And the only way that you can learn from somebody like that is if they've personally gone through the trials and errors that you don't want to go through. Elke and I didn't have coaches. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have answers on Google and AI and ChatGPT and all those things that are now available to you. And you think that they're very helpful, but at the same point in time, you still have to learn from the people who did it and who succeeded from their own trial and error.
And I like where you're going with this, because the piece that was so vital for us is that we experienced it, we failed, and then we learned how to rise above it. And now also with all of our coaching clients, because we've been teaching and coaching since 2017, it just seems like a long time ago too. And each one of those clients is different. And so as we're helping them, even though we initially gave them advice based on what we learned, learning with them and trying different things with them and giving them more advice, and they try something out and then they that worked or that didn't work, that extra history of those experiences with those clients is our repertoire as well, so that now we have even more experience and more advice and different ways to look at something than you would ever be able to do in one lifetime. So that just makes it so much more valuable to get that personalized feedback. And it's not just like, "Ooh, you made a mistake there." That's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about overall arching business strategy. We're talking about unique ways to make something happen quicker, or looking into a certain niche or department that maybe they can expand into based on whatever they've already been successful at somewhere else. It's so intricate, and your business can flourish and scale so fast if you have that person that's already done that for someone else or done it for themselves. And that is definitely not ChatGPT available. Okay, what's the third point?
Okay, and the third point is that free tips cost you time, and time equals lost sales, right? Because free tips is where you are trying to figure out what to search for, and then also if even the information is applicable or if it's something that is worth listening to, right? And if you have coaching or if you've invested in yourself where you're actually getting the strategies handed to you on a silver platter, you know that that's the content that you need to absorb, because it will give you the end result, right? And if the content that you're absorbing on YouTube or on Google or on a blog or a forum, wherever you're getting your Zazzle information, is free, then you're having to sift through a lot of stuff to actually get down to something that's maybe even relevant to what you're even looking for, or the exact answer that you're looking for.
Or who you believe,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of advice on YouTube, for example, or even in the Zazzle forums. And I would highly recommend you go check out how they're doing before you take it at face value. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
most of it, please don't. Okay, so to get you started, there's a free guide to start guide that you should definitely check out in the description below. If you're already on Zazzle and you're even doing really well, there's a free niche guide that you might be interested in as well. Either one, go check those out and keep coming back to watch these videos. I know it's free advice, but it comes from Zazzle expansion experts, and that's what we're here to do, to help you sift through everything and hopefully come up with what you need But I'll leave you with this one tip. We have some clients that have been with us since 2017, and they're still at bronze or less. And it's not because it's not really clients. They come into our community and everything's free, free, free. And then there's other people that paid us, and they're making like millions of dollars in sales every single year consistently. So where do you want to end up?
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.